Hello and welcome to the 8th rule of the mind to help you overcome driving anxiety or other fears and phobias. The 8th rule of the mind is very short and simple. What is imagined tends to be realised. It's a lot like the previous rule in that what you think is true whether or not it's actually true. So many people who have a fear of driving just get it in their head that they can't drive. And that's all it is. It's just an idea that you can't drive. And you compound it by failing and failing and failing over and over again. But the same is true of the opposite, because what is imagined tends to be realised. If you go out thinking you can do it, then you'll find you can do it. It isn't just that simple, as I've said in other videos, in the point which is similar to this one. Yes, there can be things you need to remove. There are anchors you need to remove. But what you imagine will tend to come true. You may have noticed in life there are these people who tend to just be lucky all the time. Well, there's no such thing as luck, because as the saying goes, luck is when planning meets opportunity. Some people say when preparation meets opportunity. What does that mean? It means, well, people who are lucky have just prepared for something, and when the opportunities come along, they've taken it. Like me. Sometimes people say to me, "Oh, you're so lucky." Why? "Oh, you've got your own business." It's not luck. I didn't wake up one morning and someone said, "Hey, you've inherited a business." No, I made it happen. I grew my driving school. I grew my therapy business. It's not luck. There's no such thing as luck. It's because I was prepared and I took the opportunity. I imagined myself succeeding. I said one day, and I remember saying this, I remember being in a classroom and we had to do this thing where you had to say out loud, "I'm going to be," I'm laughing because I remember doing this. You have to say out loud, "I'm going to be a successful hypnotherapist." And I remember when I first did it, and it was so weird saying it, because at the time I was a driving instructor. I knew nothing or very little about hypnosis. I had used it for years, but only at a basic level. And I remember thinking, I'm going to be a successful hypnotherapist. Am I? Really? And the people I was in the room with said, "You'll make it." And the funny thing is, it was right. And not only have I made it, but I made it bigger than many of the people I was in the room with. I've actually become more successful than many of the people who taught me. Why? Is it luck? Is it fortune? Have I got someone looking over me, giving me, some special skill? No. It's because I planned for it and I imagined it. And what you imagine can happen. It doesn't guarantee it, because this is where people go wrong. They say, "Oh, well, that's wrong, because if I imagine I can jump 100 feet in the air, it still won't happen." No, because that's physically impossible. You can't jump 100 feet in the air, because that's just breaking the laws of physics. But to say that you can't drive a car, it's just... Of course you can drive a car. No, I can't. People I work with say, "No, I can't. I'll never drive. I can't do it. I'll never do it. I've been having this trouble for years and I just can't do it." Yes, you can. If you turn that around and have a positive attitude, you can do it. It's more than just a positive attitude. Funny, I've just got off a train and there was somebody on the train I was listening to talking about, it's good to go through life with a positive attitude. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, you're right, but there's more to it than just that. You need to actually imagine what's going to happen. There's a great video I might link to in the description where somebody's helping someone overcome a fear of flying. It's a famous hypnotherapist. Well, he's not a hypnotherapist. A famous person who uses hypnosis, although he doesn't. Long story, I've done it in other videos. And simply, he puts this man, it's like he does these shows, I'll cut the story short, he does shows where he does things where he improves people's lives and he makes the impossible come true. And there's someone who wants to be a police officer. So he puts this man inside a police officer's house and he gets him walking around and he's kind of living as a police officer. And that helps that man get the idea, hey, I could do this, I could have this kind of house, I could have the success, I could join the police, whatever. What you imagine tends to become true, but it's got to be something physically possible. You can't say, well, I'm going to imagine myself running at 100 miles an hour. Oh, it didn't work. Ah, you see, it doesn't work. It's got to be physically possible. But what you imagine, tends to become true. So imagine yourself being successful. Imagine yourself driving. Imagine yourself achieving things, and you'll be surprised what can happen. Check out these other videos of mine on the screen now, and if you want to take any of my courses or work with me one-to-one online from anywhere in the world, contact me through my website, firstdrive.com. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you again soon for more videos.